Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave back again, and I'm just kind of cutting out the beginning process, and we're doing this just to keep it shorter for you guys, so it doesn't end up being a half-hour long video compared to others that do 10-15 minutes or maybe 300 episodes of, hey, let's build this head. So this again is the master grade Jesta, and no matter how many times I've done one of these, I think this is my third one. This is still an awesome kit, and I know I'm probably going to piss off a couple people by saying I personally like the build of this over a Zaku, but I do. There are so many possibilities, modding, add-ons, things like that you can do, and it's just a great all-around kit. Again, I want to thank HobbySearch for sending this out to me to review and build up. So let's get into it. So I'm going to drag you guys in a little bit closer. I did change around some lighting where my mic stand is. I got a new camera stand, and so it's actually, I can move it around if I need to, and not like the other one, and it'd be drifting like a lazy eye. And changed up my lighting setup, so hopefully it's a little bit better. Let me know down below. So going over, this is the head on him. You can replace out the antenna with metal ones if you want to, but I actually think that this one works just fine. You do have the clear shaft that goes up through the middle, a couple clear pieces that go in. Now the only downside that I ended up finding is the visor on the backside where the mono eye is, or the camera is. The whole thing is clear, so when you do shine a light up through it, that whole thing lights up. But hopefully you guys are painting that up. Now I know, glancing up at the camera, this is kind of showing red, but again, it is the same orange as the visor is. And then you get the same thing right up here. One thing that I did find when I was playing around, now I only have this green LED. Blind you guys. I only have this green LED. It's the only one I got. So it's the one that I will be using. And I think it's shifted off or something. It's not quite going up all the way where it touches the ball on here. You do have this hatch that folds down onto the back to lock this into the chest, but this is just where the LED light goes. Putting the head on there, it's just going to snap on. Kicking on the light, you can see that you do get some light transfer down here below. This part that you see here is actually a sticker, and there are not actually a lot of stickers that go on this guy, surprisingly enough. I mean, there's the dry transfers, but you guys can see what I'm talking about with the transfer through the whole thing. So, but if you paint up the side sections here, that mono eye will show up very well. It does have a texture, so it kind of looks digital. Now the downside is there is not a lot of light transfer that comes through both of these camera sections, the front and the back on here. So that is the downside of that. Moving on to the chest section, and this is one of my favorites on as far as builds go. So if I remember correctly, if I do it right, I just forget how this ends up. And of course I trimmed off my stupid fingernails again. Leave it up to me, folks. Leave it up to me. I knew I'd get it eventually. Just have to get a tool. I can't get up in there. Son of a... There. Alright, so the section up here pulls up. This will pull down, and I don't know if you guys can see, there is a little pilot in there. But again, down, and then we'll slide in, lock down. For the arms, you do get this push forward in the shoulders. Just a ball joint down here at the bottom. You get some wiggle, but not really any articulation. This is just going to slide in like so, and then that is going to pop down and lock into place. And we'll get to this section in a second. Where should we go? Well, I like doing the arms first because it's easier to do. So on this arm, you get good movement in the wrist. You get the articulated fingers. They are split. They are nice and tight too. I gotta give it that. You do have the flip down. The fingernails makes it kind of hard there. You do have the flip down for the weapon handles, and then the weapons have one to flip out to double secure that in, which is nice. As far as range of motion, you get that one that comes out, and you can completely fold that up. Now on the right arm, you do have holders for the extra magazines for the rifle, and they just slide in like so. And now we will attempt to put my mortal enemy together. Now this one isn't too bad because if you look up in here, you can see they did the thicker part of the shaft out further. It's not just a very little section that this clips to, so that does make it easier. And that's about as that seems not alright. You should go in further. There. And then it folds down. I think I just put the wrong shoulder on the wrong side, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. They're universal, but I just have stickers on the other one. Now for the other arm, you do have this. That's the flip down. Has the beam saber handle. Again, full 360 on the hands, fully articulated. Basically the same exact thing as the other side. You can see I got the sticker. I put it on the wrong side. I don't even like the stickers. I just have them on there for you guys. You do kind of have to shove on it pretty hard, so. But it's nice and stout. Everything's nice and tight. You get nice rotation up there. Now back here you have the backpack. You do have these that will fold up. Little boosters. I have them shoved down on there, but you can move those around. And that is pretty much it on there. And yes, I know. I was about to become a full-on nub master because I completely left that bit on, but now it's gone. You guys can't tattle on me anyway. So you get these, which I forgot what they're for. I don't know if they're for add-on or what they're oh, they're for the shield. Duh. There is a little bit of movement in there, but not very much. This is just going to snap on to the back like so. So there you go. Now, moving on to legs. With the feet, these feet are great. They are a little loose, so be cautious of that, just because there are so many joints. You have movement up and down here. You can see that. You do get side to side, but you can see where things can get a little hairy if you're not careful. And you do get some side to side that way. So you can do some funky like oh crap, I just broke my foot. You do get some motion with that. With the knee. Now this, there's very little play in that. It is supposed to be movable, but there's not a lot of play in it. You do get a good bend in the knee. And you can extend it out to get even more bend in there. So you can see on that. It would have been nice if this was designed to kind of follow up the knee. But you can see, depending on what you want to do or how stout you want it, that knee joint actually expands. Same thing with the other foot. Oh crap, I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, sorry about that. Alright, so here we have the waist section. Now here you have the side pods that have the grenades. Does open up. Now they are connected all together. If you want to do some modifications, you can split those. But I would definitely recommend at least painting black in between to give them some separation. You do get good movement in both those. This back one, same way with the front ones. And what am I trying to... These, you pretty much have to have the legs connected, but these will rotate around to make him even taller. Or you can leave them like this to leave it a little more squat. But this section in here does rotate. And I was thinking, yeah, and this folds down, and I believe this will hold the rifle behind him, if I'm correct. I don't remember exactly. I never ended up using that. So we'll just pop on our legs. And you do kind of have to finagle, but you can get to do it fairly easily. That's just kind of rotate and push up, and you can get it into that upper position. Yeah, these back ones are just held on by a ball joint. Not the best ball joint, but it is a ball joint. Let's get this other leg in there. But the skirts do allow for good movement if you need it. So there is that. And then you get this section, which is going to slide, pop on right like so. Maybe. I don't know if it's supposed to stick in there or just free float. I think it just free floats in there. And then your midsection is all together. So that gives it some good torso crunch. Now moving on to the weapons. You get the rifle. You do get basically a clear scope through here. You get this so he can hold it with either hand. You get the clip that will come out. You get the fold up to go into the hand. And that is about it for that. And of course you get your little pilot. 2 beam sabers, even though he only has 1 beam saber, or handle anyway. And then you've got the shield. This part's going to attach to the backpack, and this will allow you to swing it around and pretty much do anything that you want with it. I actually love the look of him without it, but that is just me. But that's it for the overall view. Give me a few seconds to set back up, and we will pose him up and give you my thoughts. Alright guys, so here we are back again. Got some things changed around. Got him in just kind of a simple grunt pose. And like I said before, I just love the suit. But there are some downsides to it. One, I think there are a little too many joints in the ankle, so I think it makes it too flexible in posing. Meaning it can possibly sag over time, change position, something like that. So that is something to definitely keep in mind on that. Number 2, these hands, they can be your mortal enemy. That being the reason being is here at the hand, they will not fold. They won't fold like this. You can get a little bit like this, but that's about it. You do get bends at these knuckles, just not here. So be cautious when trying to pose anything, because you will pop them out of the socket. This wrist socket right here, it's horrible. Right in here. I'm pointing with the mouse. You guys can't see my mouse. Suggestion on that would be glue that peg that's in there to the ball that goes in there. Otherwise, when you go to pull it off, the ball is going to stay in there into the joint, but the peg is going to come out, which normally wouldn't be a bad bad thing, except for when you go to put it back in, there is a chance that ball is going to flip and rotate, and it's just going to make your life a lot more difficult. I don't like the fact that in the hand, in the wrist section, there's a joint there. That I would glue also. There's no need for that. Just get rid of it and glue it up. Saying that there's no need, you can kind of see over in this hand, his hand's all kind of like this. I just kind of did whatever with that. It's not neat. It can be done, but it's not neat. And I know that I'm gonna post that out or pop that out. You can see here, he's got his shield around. I never pose him holding the shield. Usually the shield is up, locked into place, and sometimes even folded behind his back. The shield is nice to have there, but I think the suit just looks better without it on in the way. And I can't wait to get into weathering on this guy. Like I said, the skirts, you have plenty of articulation. You do get a little binding with that energy cable that goes through there, but not much. You can manipulate that around. The legs are the main thing. You can either put this on an action base or on the ground. I prefer it on the ground myself. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give a like so that I know to bring you more. And I have some ideas for modifications and stuff on this guy. But we'll see what ends up happening. This might end up being my modification build instead of the Zaku. I'm not sure. I've been dying since I believe it was blue back. has their scratch mod magazine coming out, which you can get at USA Gundam, and I'm going to be picking up a copy of that, and this happens to be the suit that he does most of the modifications on. So I'm kind of interested to see if I can't replicate some of his work. I really want to get into doing some scratch building and modding in that way, instead just metal parts and things like that. So I hope you guys all enjoyed. Again, thank you to HobbySearch. Link is down below. Be able to pick this guy up. Definitely head over there. The yen is still low, so it is affordable. I know a lot of people have been posting on other videos about, well, I know that it used to be blind shipping, like with AmiAmi. It is not that way anymore. You get you know, at your checkout, depending on how you decide to ship, you'd actually get what your total is with the shipping cost. And EMS from Japan is still a very good and viable option. You know, it's cheaper than having something done, usually priority mail from like Gundam Planet or something like that. So yeah, go check them out. Thanks to them again. Stay tuned. We got more goodies on the way. As usual, peace out.